Hello everybody, my name is Matt. Welcome to ADHD and It's a channel where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and ADHD. Two great tastes that taste great together. Today we're going to be talking about the EncounterPlus module packer. EncounterPlus is the virtual tabletop for Dungeons and Dragons that is really fantastic. If you don't actually know what EncounterPlus, the virtual tabletop is, maybe this isn't the video for you right now. Go check it out. Come on back. We'll be glad to have you. The EncounterPlus Module Packer is a standalone application for converting markdown documents into modules for EncounterPlus. Cool. It was developed by Jacob Johnston. This is his GitHub page. It has tons of information, but this is a very powerful thing. And if you are not a coder by day, but you just kind of want to make it easier to build modules and put them in EncounterPlus, this video might be for you. And then you'll learn more on this GitHub page. Or maybe I will make some more videos after this. This is a very beginner, dip your toes in the module packer kind of video, all right? The module packer is a converter. It turns a folder of markdown files into a beautiful organized module in EncounterPlus. Can also make PDFs if you're into that kind of thing. It has two parts. It has a standalone product if you want it for Mac and Windows, and that's kind of cool because if you know what you're doing and you have a folder that you want to turn to a module, you got everything okay inside, you just drag it in and it'll spit out a module for you to put into EncounterPlus. However, it also has a Visual Studio Code extension. If you don't know what VS Code is, we'll get to that in a second. This is my favorite way of doing it because it gives you all kinds of power and the result is the same. So that's what we're going to be working on today, the VS Code extension for Module Packer. What is Markdown? You might not know what Markdown is, but you may be using it and not even knowing it. Actually, it is a lightweight markup language that you can use to add formatting elements to plain text documents. So basically, if I wanted to write this for the web, a header that said, for example, a list, and then the second list item would be italicized, and the third list item would be bold, I can do it in pure HTML. It would look like this. Fine. Cool. There's your H2, there's your list, but if you're not a coder, you might not know this stuff. That's why Markdown is great, because this is the same thing that we saw right there in the same amount of sentences with just a little bit of formatting that is then converted into HTML. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, number one, Markdown looks like plain old text for the most part, so it's pretty easy to write. And Markdown's life goal is to be converted into HTML. So you can then take that and you can put it on a website, or in our case, you can put it into EncounterPlus, which is cool. So today, we're going to download VS Code. We're going to add the EncounterPlus extension. We're going to create a folder for a new module, and then we're going to put one markdown file into that folder. Then we're going to have the extension spit out a module for EncounterPlus for us with a click of a button. And then we're going to add that to E+ and bask in that beauty. So let us start. I have got right here the VS Code homepage. And if you're watching this on a Windows machine, this will say Windows. Download. If you have a Linux machine, I don't know actually what it'll say, but something similar to this. You're going to download this. It's going to download. You're going to open it up, and then VS Code looks a little something like this. VS Code is a fancy text editor. It's free. It's powerful. Everybody's using it. You can write code. You can do your taxes. Probably. You can do a lot of things with VS Code when you need more than just the Notes app, or you need more than Microsoft Word, because it's super powerful. We're going to ignore 99.5% of the things that VS Code does, because there's only one thing that we want to do, and that is create a module for EncounterPlus. And this is how we do it. Boom. First, you're going to see the welcome screen. You're going to get rid of that, and then you're going to click this little side button, Extensions. You can also go up to here, and Preferences and Extensions. Actually, don't bother. Just click on this button, and it's going to take you to a list of all the ones that you've installed, and you probably haven't installed this yet. So let's search the extensions in the marketplace, and you'd find the one that we want by going EncounterPlus, and bam, you're going to get just this. You click on this. Now, I've already installed it, of course, but you click on install, you'll be good to go. It's very quick, very easy, and you will be left with a new thing in the sidebar, a little D20. Already pretty exciting. If you click on this, nothing happens. Nothing. It doesn't do anything because we need to give this module packer something to work with. So let's do that. First, I'm going to just create a folder anywhere you want. I'm going to call this one a new module, right? And there's one thing I want to do actually. You could sit there then, open this up, and put a markdown file into this folder and write stuff. But let's start off with an example. I think that'll be a little easier. And I found an example on D&D Beyond. They sometimes just give you encounters for free. It's pretty cool. This is a good little one-shot set in Barovia. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, which is HTML, and we're going to turn it into Markdown, which is something that the module packer can use. To do that, I have a special extension called markdownload. Oh, that's cute. Markdownload. It is easy to get on Chrome or Brave or probably Firefox. But what this is going to do is going to take everything on the page and convert it to Markdown. Now, there are other websites to do this. You don't have to have this one, but just for ease's sake, I'm going to do that. This is a very nice little extension. I'm going to be able to click download. I'll even be able to put it into the folder that I want called new module. Boom. Now, when we go back to our folder, we've got one file in it. If you look at it, it's readable immediately. It went from that web page just to this. So sexy. But that's not what we want. We want to take our new module and we want to use it in VS Code. So take this folder, drag it in to VS Code, or on Windows, just open it up. Whatever works best for you, just drag it in, boom. Look what we've got now in our files. We've got the same thing that we just looked at. Here's the markdown for that one web page. And basically, this is all you need. This is all that you need, because watch this. If you've got a markdown file in a folder that is something that you want to look like D&D Beyond or the Player's Handbook, or it's styled in that way, shape, and form, Jacob's got you covered, because now that you have this extension installed, you're going to go up to this little symbol right here. It looks like a two-paned window with a magnifying glass. So I'm going to click on this. And look at this. Amazing. This just happens thanks to Jacob's styling. It just turns it basically into, D&D Beyond again. So now what it's doing is it's taking the markdown and it's turning it back into HTML. But this is what we need for EncounterPlus. Now, if I were you, which I'm not, but this is what I do, I make a little edit. I want to make this real clean. So there's some things that came through on the website that I don't need. For example, I don't need all of this stuff, whatever this is. And thanks to it being in Markdown, it's so easy to see where this stuff is. See, this is a link, and if you can see it, it ends with PNG, which means you can just delete that, and immediately can go away. But I think I want to delete all of this stuff, all of this intro. Not necessary for me, right? Let's see, there I go. And then there might be a couple of things I could clean up if I was, nitpicky, which I can be. I'm just gonna clean up a couple of things. This is purely happening because of the conversion from HTML to Markdown, not because of Jacob stuff. So this is it. This is it. We have turned a Markdown file, just one, into a freaking one-shot. Bam. And here's some other cool things. Look at this. If I click on Scarecrow, these links still work. This is going to take me directly to D&D Beyond, the listing for Scarecrow. So you're all set. It's just a link. It goes out. And if you look at it here, this is just the URL. It's just going to take you there. Bam. So fun. We got this the way we want it. We're going to click on this D20, and it says, man, there's no modules found. You have to create a file. No problem. We have a nice blue button that if you click on this, will create a module file, a YAML file. And if we want to look at this in VS Code, great, we can do that. It's a bunch of, stuff that this packer needs to get the job done. But we can change these things in here. Let's say I wanted this module not to be called new module now. I want it to be called haunted cornfield. But isn't that nice though? It took the name of the folder, so it's smart enough to know that. If you want to leave it alone, you can. And then the slug, also don't have to change it, but this is something that EncounterPlus needs. And the description, sure. How about that? Yeah. Great, let's just save this for now. All right, what do we got now? This is a preview. We don't even need to look at the preview anymore. We've got the Markdown file. We've got our module.yaml, which this button says we need it. So now if we click on this, oh, interesting. Now, if we hover over this haunted cornfield, we see that we've got two extra little buttons. One of them is to convert to module. The other one is to export to PDF. But this is what we want. We want to build a module. All we're going to do is click on this. It's going to open up this terminal. It's going to do some stuff behind the scenes, and it's going to give us a little button that says View Module File. Boom. Now this is going to put this into the folder that you created. So now we've got a file called hauntedcornfield.module in the original folder that we started with. Super exciting. And all we have to do to get it to EncounterPlus is to double click on that created file. There's some other stuff in there. There's our YAML file. It kind of spits out this module build, which of course has a lot of the stuff that we need to get into EncounterPlus. But this is all you need to do. Haunted Cornfield module. Double click on that. It's going to open up EncounterPlus. It just imported 9 things, which is great. And then let's look at my library. Let's go to modules. Let's see, there it is. Haunted Cornfield. Spooky Halloween Barovian one-shot. Click on this. Of course, there's only one page in it because it's a one-shot. But if we click on this, our old friend, it is in EncounterPlus, which is just lovely. And, it looks exactly the way we left it. Now, if you want to leave the links this way, click. It'll take you to D&D Beyond again, just like that. But I got a little extra credit. Let's do something that is super cool that Jacob gave us. If I go back into VS Code, if I go back into our file, let's go to the original file. All of this is good to leave. It's all fine. Go to Halloween Encounters here, the Haunted Cornfield. Now, I want to keep the the links of the monster, the scarecrow, in EncounterPlus. And this is possible. Now first, of course, I need to have a scarecrow in my current compendium, right? Monster compendium. I've got a bunch of things in here. Scarecrow. So you make sure that you've got this. If you do, if you've got a scarecrow all ready to go in EncounterPlus, watch what you can do. Go back to here. I'm going to take this link, just give this one example, and this is the D&D Beyond link, but if you want to keep it in EncounterPlus, all you have to do is replace that actual URL of the web page, and you type monster/scarecrow, right? This is going to tell EncounterPlus that you want to go into your compendium, into your monster compendium, and show Scarecrow. It's very cool. You can do that for spells, items, and other things. We'll get to hopefully in the future. But let's just test this out. Same process. We click on our D20 again. We're going to build the module. It's going to do its thing. It's going to view the module file, which is right there. Let's double click on this again. Success, 9 records imported. I'll go back to my compendium, modules, on chord field. But now, when I go to Adventure Start and I click on this, bam. So nice, so groovy. That's a little extra credit, not necessary, but it's kind of a nice start to understand the power of this module packer that I could talk about more in other videos if you like this one. For those of you who know a bunch about this stuff, I know that this was on the more remedial side, but you know what? We all start somewhere. Some people might be afraid to look into this really great piece of code and think that it's too difficult, but that's why I'm here to make this video for you. If you have any questions, of course, comments below. And if there's anything specifically about the module packer that you want me to cover, I'll be glad to do so. Of course, thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again.